Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, we're diving deep into the 2019 Lowel Quarter, a coin that might just be sitting in your pocket or in a jar of change, completely overlooked. But trust me, after watching this video, you'll never look at it the same way again. There's far more to this quarter than meets the eye. And if you happen to stumble across one in the right condition or with the right error, you could be holding a small fortune in your hands. The Lowel Quarter is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which celebrates national parks and other historic sites across the United States. The Lowel Quarter honors Lowell National Historical Park in Massachusetts, a city that played a pivotal role in the Industrial Revolution. It was released in 2019, and while it's relatively new, there's already a lot of excitement about it in the world of coin collecting. At first glance, the Lowel Quarter looks like just another entry in the State Quarter series. On the reverse side, you'll see an image of a woman working in a mill, representing the contributions of women to the industrial workforce. The design features elements of the mill buildings and the bustling activity of the Industrial Revolution. It's a powerful symbol of America's history and the workforce that built the nation. However, while the design itself is beautiful, what really makes this coin interesting for collectors is its rarity and the potential for minting errors. As we all know, not all coins are created equal, and even coins that were made in large quantities can become highly sought after if they have certain characteristics. This quarter is no exception. Now, before we dive into the errors and rarities that can make this coin worth far more than face value, let's quickly touch on some basics. The Lowel Quarter was minted by the United States Mint in both Philadelphia and Denver. It was also struck in San Francisco for proof coin sets. While it may seem like a standard circulation coin, some of these quarters can be found with rare mistakes, making them stand out from the rest. One of the first things collectors are looking for in the Lowel Quarter is die errors. A common and highly valued mistake that can occur during the minting process is a double die error. A double die happens when the coin is struck more than once, but with slight misalignment, causing the design to appear doubled. This can happen on the date, mint mark, or lettering, and collectors know that when this happens, the coin becomes significantly more valuable. If you come across a Lowel Quarter with a double die error, you could be holding a rare treasure that could command a much higher price than what you'd expect. Another potential error to look out for is the off-center strike. This is a type of error that occurs when the coin is not properly centered in the die, causing part of the design to be cut off. While not all off-center quarters are worth a fortune, the more misaligned the coin is, the more valuable it can be. A Lowel Quarter with an off-center strike, especially one that's significantly off-center, could be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on its condition and rarity. Then, there's the repunched mint mark, RPM. In the case of the Lowel Quarter, the mint mark, which tells you whether the coin was minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, or San Francisco, S, could have been struck more than once. If you find a Lowel Quarter with a repunched mint mark, especially one that's noticeable to the naked eye, it's a much rarer and more valuable version of the coin. But what about condition? If a Lowel Quarter is in mint condition, meaning it shows no signs of wear or scratches and retains its original shine, it becomes even more desirable to collectors. Coin condition is one of the most important factors in determining a coin's value. A proof coin, which was specially struck for collectors, tends to have the highest quality, with a glossy, mirror-like finish. These proof versions can fetch even higher prices than regular circulation coins. Now that we know what to look for, let's talk about the value. When it comes to coins like the Lowel Quarter, the value depends largely on the rarity of errors and the condition of the coin. A regular circulation Lowel Quarter, without any errors or special characteristics, isn't worth much more than face value, just 25 cents. However, when you find a Lowel Quarter with a double die error, off-center strike, or repunched mint mark, and it's in pristine condition, the value increases exponentially. Some of these rare error coins have been known to sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars at auction. And here's the big reveal. A 2019 Lowel Quarter, with a notable error and in excellent condition, could be worth $81,000. Yes, that's right, $81,000 for a coin that most people would ignore. Imagine going through a roll of quarters and stumbling upon one with a rare minting error that could turn into such a valuable find. For collectors, this is the dream. The lesson here is simple: always take a closer look at your coins. Whether it's a Lowel Quarter or any other piece of US currency, you never know when you might be holding a rare error coin that could be worth far more than face value. And if you're lucky enough to find one of these rarities, you might just have a little treasure on your hands. Top 2, we're talking about the 2006 Nebraska State Quarter, a coin that's part of the famous 50 State Quarters program. At first glance, this quarter might seem like just another piece of pocket change. But trust me when I say this coin could be hiding a treasure worth far more than face value. The Nebraska Quarter was released as part of the State Quarter series, which celebrated each state with its own unique design. Nebraska's Quarter, issued in 2006, features a stunning design that showcases the state's rich agricultural history. The reverse of the coin depicts a farm scene with a silhouette of a cowboy on horseback, overlooking the vast Nebraska landscape with a silo and cornfields, a clear nod to Nebraska's agricultural roots. Above all of this, you'll see a banner reading Nebraska and the words Home of Arbor Day underneath. This quarter pays homage to the state's importance in the agricultural and environmental fields, particularly due to the influence of Arbor Day, which was founded in Nebraska. But here's the kicker: while the design might be simple, the value of this quarter is far from ordinary. Most of these coins are easy to find and aren't worth much more than their face value. However, a handful of rare errors on the 2006 Nebraska State Quarter make it a favorite among collectors. Now, let me take you through why this coin could be worth a fortune. And if you're lucky enough to have one of these rare error coins, you could be holding a treasure worth thousands of dollars. First, let's talk about the double die error. This is one of the most common and highly sought-after mistakes that can happen during the minting process. In a double die error, the coin is struck twice, with the second strike being slightly misaligned. This causes the design to appear doubled, making it easy to spot. When this happens on a coin like the 2006 Nebraska Quarter, it's considered an extremely valuable piece because the error is visible to the naked eye. The doubling often appears in areas like the wording, particularly in Nebraska or even Home of Arbor Day, as well as other parts of the design. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for these doubled letters or images, because a well-preserved double die error can send a coin's value skyrocketing. Next up, let's talk about the off-center strikes. Another type of error that can occur during the minting process is when the blank planchet, the metal disc that becomes a coin, isn't properly aligned in the press. When this happens, part of the design can be cut off or shifted, resulting in an off-center strike. This error is fascinating because it makes the coin look different from the standard issue. Part of the design is missing or misaligned, giving it a unique, one-of-a-kind look. While off-center strikes aren't rare, the more misaligned the coin is, the more valuable it can be. If you happen to find a 2006 Nebraska Quarter with a large off-center strike, it could be worth far more than face value, especially if it retains the date and mint marks. Another intriguing error to watch for is the repunched mint mark, RPM. The mint mark on a coin indicates which mint it was produced at, and for the Nebraska Quarter, the D mint mark signifies that it was struck at the Denver Mint. Sometimes, due to a mistake during the minting process, the mint mark can be punched more than once, creating a repunched mint mark. This error is often subtle and hard to spot, but if you find a repunched mint mark on a 2006 Nebraska Quarter, it could drastically increase the coin's value. These mistakes are highly collectible, especially if they're clearly visible to the naked eye. Then, there's the ever-popular die cracks or die breaks, which occur when the die used to strike the coins becomes damaged. A die crack is a small crack in the die that leaves a visible mark on the coin's design, while a die break can cause a chunk of the die to break off, leaving a raised area on the coin. While not as rare as some other errors, a die crack on the 2006 Nebraska Quarter can still make it more desirable for collectors, especially if it creates a unique pattern in the design. Now, the big question: how much could a 2006 Nebraska State Quarter be worth? If you happen to find a well-preserved Nebraska Quarter with one of these rare errors, especially a double die or a severe off-center strike, it could fetch an impressive price. The value of such a coin can range anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars, depending on the severity of the error and the condition of the coin. However, In the most extreme cases, a near-perfect 2006 Nebraska quarter with a significant error could be worth up to $78,000. Yes, that's right, $78,000 for a coin that was once just 25 cents. So, the next time you're flipping through some change or going through your coin collection, don't overlook those state quarters. If you come across a 2006 Nebraska quarter, take a moment to inspect it closely. Look for any doubling, misaligned strikes, or other potential errors. You might just be holding a valuable piece of history that's worth far more than you ever imagined. Top 3, we're taking a deep dive into one of the most intriguing state quarters in the collection, the 2001 New York State Quarter. This coin might seem simple at first glance, but trust me, it has more to offer than meets the eye. For collectors and coin lovers, there's a lot to uncover about the New York Quarter, and if you're paying close attention, you might just have a rare gem on your hands worth a small fortune. Released in 2001. The New York Quarter was part of the 50 State Quarters program, which celebrated each state with a unique design. New York's quarter design is a true representation of the state's history, culture, and its role as an economic powerhouse. The reverse side features the famous Statue of Liberty standing tall and proud, with the state outline of New York in the background. This design, along with the phrase "Gateway to Freedom," perfectly captures the essence of New York as a symbol of liberty and opportunity. At first glance, it's easy to think of the 2001 New York Quarter as just another typical coin in the state series. After all, it's one of the first quarters released after the program's inception in 1999. But what really makes this coin stand out to collectors isn't just the design, but its rarity and the potential errors that make it one of the most sought-after quarters in the collection. Let's talk about the key factor that makes this coin especially valuable: minting errors. Like with many coins, small mistakes made during the minting process can result in coins that are far more valuable than their face value. The New York State Quarter is no exception, and collectors are always on the lookout for rare errors on this specific coin. Let's explore some of the most significant errors that make the 2001 New York State Quarter such a prized possession point. One of the most sought-after mistakes is the double die error. A double die occurs when a coin is struck twice, but the second strike isn't perfectly aligned with the first one. This creates a noticeable doubling effect in the coin's design. On the 2001 New York Quarter, collectors are especially keen to find a double die error in the wording or even on the Statue of Liberty's details. This could mean a doubled date or a doubled mint mark, or even a doubled inscription on the coin. These types of errors are rare, and when found in good condition, they can increase the coin's value dramatically. Another error that can significantly affect the value of the New York Quarter is the off-center strike. Off-center strikes occur when the blank planchet, the metal disc used to make coins, isn't properly aligned during the striking process. This results in a misaligned design, with parts of the coin's image or text being cut off. The more misaligned the coin is, the more valuable it becomes. If you find a 2001 New York State Quarter with a severe off-center strike, it could be worth much more than face value, especially if the Statue of Liberty or parts of the state outline are partially missing but still visible. Another important error to look for is the repunched mint mark, RPM. Mint marks are placed on coins to indicate where they were produced, and for the New York Quarter, the mint mark indicates whether it was struck at the Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, or San Francisco, S, mint. Sometimes, due to a mistake during the minting process, the mint mark can be struck more than once, creating a repunched mint mark. If you spot a repunched mint mark on a 2001 New York Quarter, you've likely found a rare and valuable version of the coin. RPMs are highly desirable among collectors, as they represent unique minting errors. The condition of the coin also plays a critical role in its overall value. Like with all coins, the better the condition, the higher the potential value. If a 2001 New York State Quarter is in near-perfect condition, with no signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration, it's far more valuable than one that's been through heavy circulation. Collectors love coins that are in mint condition, especially when they feature rare errors. Coins that have been kept in pristine condition in a collector's set or carefully stored away can fetch a premium price at auction or in private sales. Now, you might be wondering, how much could a 2001 New York State Quarter be worth? Well, here's the exciting part. A regularly circulated quarter, without any errors, is worth only 25 cents. That's no surprise. However, when you start finding those rare minting errors, the value skyrockets. A double die error, an off-center strike, or even a repunched mint mark could all make this quarter worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the severity of the error and the condition of the coin. But here's the real shocker. If you find a 2001 New York State quarter with one of these rare errors and it's in pristine, uncirculated condition, the value could be $75,000. That's right. $75,000 for a single coin that most people wouldn't. Give a second glance. Imagine going through a roll of quarters and discovering one of these rare pieces. That's the beauty of coin collecting. You never know when you might stumble across a treasure hiding in plain sight. So, the next time you come across a 2001 New York State quarter, take a close look at it. Inspect the design carefully for any doubling, misalignment, or other potential errors. If you find something unusual, you might just have a rare, valuable coin on your hands. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just getting started, it's always worth checking the coins in your change jar. You never know what kind of hidden treasure you might find. Top 4, we're diving into a coin that you might not think twice about when you see it in your pocket change, but trust me, it holds a secret worth uncovering. We're talking about the 2014 Shenandoah National Park Quarter, which is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. While these coins were minted in large quantities and are still commonly found, some of them hide an amazing story of rare errors and high value that you won't want to miss. First off, let's talk a little bit about the design and background of this quarter. The 2014 Shenandoah National Park Quarter was released as the 21st coin in the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which was launched in 2010 to honor national parks and historic sites across the country. This specific quarter features a beautiful, serene landscape from Shenandoah National Park in Virginia, showcasing the stunning Blue Ridge Mountains and a hiker making their way through the mountains. The imagery is breathtaking, capturing the natural beauty of one of the nation's most beloved national parks. The coin's reverse shows a hiker on a trail with the iconic mountains in the distance, with the words Shenandoah and Virginia proudly displayed above the artwork. While this coin might seem like just another addition to the National Park series, there's so much more to it. The true value of the 2014 Shenandoah Quarter comes from a rare and exciting phenomenon, minting errors that could drastically increase the worth of this otherwise ordinary coin. Let's break it down and see what makes this particular coin so special, especially for collectors who love finding hidden treasures. First and foremost, let's talk about minting errors. Minting errors are essentially mistakes that happen during the production process, and they can transform a regular coin into a highly valuable piece. For the 2014 Shenandoah Quarter, there are a few key errors that collectors and numismatists are always on the lookout for. Some of the most valuable errors on this coin are related to double die and off-center strikes. The double die error occurs when the coin is struck twice by the die, but the second strike isn't perfectly aligned with the first one. This results in doubled features on the coin, making parts of the design appear blurry or duplicated. For the 2014 Shenandoah Quarter, these doubled features typically show up in the lettering, such as the words Shenandoah and Virginia. If you happen to find a double die error on one of these quarters, you've got a coin that is worth far more than the typical 25 cents. Next, let's talk about the off-center strike. This error happens when the blank coin planchet isn't properly aligned in the minting press. When this occurs, the design gets cut off or misaligned, resulting in a coin where parts of the image are missing or shifted to the side. This could mean that the mountains or even the hiker might be partially cut off, creating a truly unique and rare appearance. The more misaligned the strike, the more valuable the coin could become. A severe off-center strike on the 2014 Shenandoah Quarter is a rare find and can significantly increase its value, especially if it retains its overall detail and is in great condition. Another intriguing error to watch out for is a repunched mint mark. Mint marks are placed on coins to indicate where they were produced, and for the 2014 Shenandoah Quarter, the mint marks would be from the Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco mints. A repunched mint mark, RPM, occurs when the mint mark is accidentally punched more than once, creating a doubled or misaligned mint mark. Finding an RPM on a 2014 Shenandoah Quarter can significantly increase its value, especially if the mint mark is clearly visible and noticeable to the naked eye. Collectors love these unique mistakes and often pay a premium for error coins that feature such characteristics. It's also important to consider the condition of the coin. The better the condition, the higher the value. A well-preserved 2014 Shenandoah Quarter in brilliant uncirculated condition will naturally command a higher price, especially if it's error-free. However, If you find a 2014 Shenandoah Quarter with one of these errors and it's still in pristine condition, you could be looking at a valuable coin that will easily fetch a significant amount in the marketplace. Collectors are always on the hunt for coins in high grade, and the Shenandoah Quarter is no exception. So now, the big question: how much is the 2014 Shenandoah Quarter worth? A regular 2014 Shenandoah Quarter in good condition is worth only 25 cents. But if you find a coin with any of the rare minting errors we've discussed, especially a double die error, an off-center strike, or a repunched mint mark, you're looking at a much higher price. Depending on the error, the severity, and the condition of the coin, you could see the value range anywhere from a few $100s to even $71,000. That's right, $71,000 for a coin that once was just worth a quarter. The beauty of coin collecting is that you can find coins with real value hiding in your change jar or in rolls you pick up at the bank. With a keen eye and a little bit of luck, you might just come across a 2014 Shenandoah State Quarter with one of those rare minting errors that could make you thousands, if not tens of thousands, of dollars richer. So next time you go through your coins, don't overlook the 2014 Shenandoah Quarter. Take a closer look at the design, inspect it for any potential errors, and you might just be holding a rare treasure that will stand out in any collection. Keep those eyes peeled and never stop exploring the fascinating world of coin collecting. Top 5, we're diving into the world of the 2003 Arkansas State Quarter. Now, you might think of this coin as just another piece of pocket change, but trust me, it holds a secret that could make it worth a fortune. So, grab your magnifying glass, because this story is all about how an unassuming coin could potentially make you a whole lot of money. Let's start by taking a look at the 2003 Arkansas State Quarter itself. As part of the 50 State Quarters program, which began in 1999, this quarter was released in 2003 to commemorate the state of Arkansas joining the Union. The design is simple yet stunning, showcasing an iconic diamond with a shining star, representing the state's famous crater of Diamond State Park, where visitors can hunt for real diamonds. You also see the state's official nickname, the Natural State, highlighting Arkansas's natural beauty, with rolling mountains and vast forests. It's a coin with a lot of history behind it, but what makes this coin truly special to collectors is the rarity and potential errors that it may carry. You see, not all 2003 Arkansas quarters are created equal. Some of these coins have minting errors that make them far more valuable than the typical quarter. These errors, which happen during the production process, can drastically increase a coin's worth, and lucky collectors have managed to find some that are worth far more than the face value. Let's take a closer look at some of the key errors to look for that could make this Arkansas State Quarter a hidden treasure. First, let's talk about the double die error. This is one of the most well-known and sought-after errors in the world of coin collecting. It happens when the die used to strike the design on the coin is misaligned, causing the features to appear doubled. So, if you're inspecting your 2003 Arkansas State Quarter and notice that the text or the design seem to be duplicated or blurry, that's a red flag that you may have a double die error. This is especially exciting when it appears on the state's name, Arkansas, or on the words, the natural state. These errors are extremely rare, and they can significantly increase the value of your coin, making it a must-have for any serious collector. Another error that collectors keep a close eye out for on the 2003 Arkansas Quarter is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin doesn't align properly in the press during the minting process, which causes the design to be struck off-center. As a result, parts of the coin's image may be missing or shifted to the side, creating a misaligned appearance. If you find an Arkansas State Quarter with an off-center strike, especially one that has a substantial misalignment, you've found a rare coin that's worth much more than just 25 cents. Let's also talk about die cracks and die breaks, which are more subtle but still important. A die crack occurs when a crack forms on the die during the minting process, which can then be transferred onto the coin itself. Sometimes, these cracks create interesting and unusual lines across the design, adding a distinctive feature to the coin. A die break, on the other hand, happens when a piece of the die breaks off, causing a chunk of the design to be missing from the coin. These can add unique character to a coin, making it stand out in any collection. While not as rare as double die errors or off-center strikes, die cracks and die breaks are still highly sought after by collectors, especially if they're prominently featured on a coin like the Arkansas Quarter. Now that we've covered some of the more exciting errors to watch for, let's talk about the condition of the coin. The value of a coin doesn't just depend on whether it has a rare error. Its condition plays a huge role as well. A quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition is going to be worth far more than one that has been through years of circulation. Coins that are in excellent condition, especially those that have been well preserved and show minimal signs of wear, are much more valuable to collectors. If you come across a 2003 Arkansas State Quarter that looks like it was just minted yesterday, and it has any of the errors we've discussed, you could be sitting on a gold mine. So, how much could this 2003 Arkansas Quarter be worth? Well, it depends on the error, the condition, and how rare the specific coin is. Most of the time, this coin is worth just the regular face value of 25 cents. However, if you find one with any of the rarer minting errors, like a double die, an off-center strike, or a die crack, you're looking at a value that could skyrocket. Some of these error coins have been known to fetch prices in the thousands of dollars at auction, especially if they're in mint condition. Now, let's get to the big reveal. If you happen to have a 2003 Arkansas Quarter with a significant error, and it's in excellent condition, you could be looking at a value of $79,000. That's right, $79,000 for a coin that, at first glance, might just seem like a typical quarter. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and coins that might seem ordinary to the untrained could actually be incredibly valuable. So, the next time you're going through your coin collection or sifting through change, be sure to give that 2003 Arkansas State Quarter a close look. You never know, you might have one of those rare error coins that could make you a small fortune. Keep searching, and remember that coin collecting is all about the thrill of discovery. Thanks for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on any future coin discoveries. And remember, keep your eyes peeled, because the next rare find might just be waiting for you in your pocket change. $79,000. That's how much a 2003 Arkansas State Quarter could be worth. Happy hunting! Write me attractive and interesting script for YouTube video on United States of America State Quarter 2003 Arkansas coin value and worth money only mention price $69,000 in words in the last right without brackets and words of bracket like headings like this. And RO. But write different from past script, but please write long, make script attractive and interesting, explain this coin rarity and errors that make coin rare and expensive and also make interesting for collector that. Coin lover, listen this very carefully and enjoy video and write the price in English letters and make the script long.